None of these people's opinions matter unless you allow for them to matter, unless you allow for them to drain your precious energy and your precious time, which you could be using towards bettering yourself and towards going after your goals. So like, what's more important to you, your life or other people's bullshit? Hello everyone and welcome back to my LSD dose. And if you're new here, welcome to the MYLSD community. I'm super excited to have you here. And on this channel, we're all about personal growth and how to be your highest self in life, relationships, love, sex, wellness, and so much more. So please hit that subscribe button and support us in our mission to empower and inspire others while we're inspiring and empowering ourselves as well, because we're all on this journey to betterment and growth together. In today's video, we will be talking about attachments to other people's opinions. When you're attached to anything, situations, people, their opinions of you, you're not free. You cannot fully express who you really are when you're literally chained to something that is outside of yourself. And the thing is, we cannot control anything that is external to us, to our lives, to our beings. So that puts you in a really unwanted position, to be honest with you, because you're basically being controlled by something that you have no control over, which basically makes you a puppet. And do you want to be a puppet? I don't think so. Detachment really is such a powerful tool, which I had to learn the really hard way, unfortunately, for myself. But I can say that with age and as you grow, you're not as affected by what others think of you, for sure. But the point is not to allegedly grow out of it. The point is to liberate yourselves from others' influence as soon as you possibly can, because once you do, you start living your own life on your own terms, and that is the best feeling ever. Maybe you've heard this one before, but our highest vibration is authenticity. And when we operate from these high vibrational places, we become unstoppable. But as long as you're influenced by other people's opinions of you, you cannot get to your authentic self, because you're most likely blocked by this fear of being judged. And if you're someone who constantly feels like they're being judged by others, then you got to look at the root cause here, which is linked to your lack of self-esteem and self-worth. But let me give you some tips that have personally helped me move on from this feeling of inadequacy in my life. So first things first, caring about what others think of you is simply a really bad investment into your future. The energy that you give when caring so much is energy basically wasted, and energy that you're never getting back. Think about it. We only get a certain amount of energy per each of our waking days. And your biggest investment in your life is your time. So do you really want to be spending all that time and wasting all that life force energy on obsessing over what Joe or Jane thought about your new haircut? None of these people's opinions matter unless you allow for them to matter, unless you allow for them to drain your precious energy and your precious time, which you could be using towards bettering yourself and towards going after your goals. So like, what's more important to you, your life or other people's bullshit? Okay, fine. Maybe you're like, but I do care about what the people that are closest to me think about me. I do care about what that guy or girl that I like think about me. Well, let me ask you this. If the feedback is not exactly positive, what happens next? Are you going to start believing what those people say about you? Are you going to let their opinions dictate how you feel about yourself? Or are you going to let rejection stop you, prevent you from loving yourself? Please understand this, that whatever feedback we get from other people, it is always a projection of their own inner states, of their own insecurities and their own sense of self-worth. For example, my whole life, my mom always had an opinion about everything that I do, everything that I am. Oh, like, you're too short, your nose is too big, you're eating too much, you're never going to succeed with the way that you're living your life, blah, 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 blah. And it was really hard growing up with so much criticism in my environment. Until one day, I actually got to know her a little bit better, and I got to know her own origin story, where she comes from, and it hit me like a wall of bricks. I was like, oh my God, The reason why she's been so critical of me is because her dad was critical of her, and then all these programs were instilled in her since a young age. Programs such as self-judgment and lack of personal satisfaction. And the natural unaware response is to project your shit onto those people that are closest to you. Moral of the story, everyone has really deeply rooted issues and traumas. And unless somebody has made the decision to become aware and heal, they're very likely to hurt others the way that they have been hurt themselves. You know what they say, hurt people hurt people. So next time anyone expresses any kind of negativity towards you, be sure that what they're doing is they're expressing that same negativity towards themselves. And with that new understanding in place, it should basically go in through one ear and out the other. And honestly, if someone just genuinely does not vibe with you, all that means is that they're not your people, and someone much, much, much better will come along. I have had my heart broken in the most cruel ways. I actually had 2 very serious breakups with 2 of my best friends last year. And it was really hard to process all of that for a while, because I kind of felt like I was not important, like I didn't matter, like I wasn't good enough for them to fight for those relationships. Until one day I just realized, I was like, oh my God, we were simply not aligned. There are 8 billion people in this world, so you can calculate those odds for yourself, because there's someone for everyone. And with those losses, you're just opening up some space for amazing people to come into your life. Those people who will always appreciate you exactly for who you are, people who will support you and love you. And what's meant for you will always be yours. And you should count your lucky stars that life got rid of all those individuals that were stifling your growth, that were making you feel less than. And on top of all that, everyone, and literally everyone, lives in their own little specific bubble. And you might think that somebody has got it all figured out and everybody loves them, but more likely than not, they're still very much chained to outside influence. That perfect girl that you follow on TikTok probably gets crushed when she does not get the amount of likes that she was hoping her on her post, because her entire self-worth essence is linked to her social media validation. And we all have this need for validation, but the key here is to gain that validation from within, from yourself, and not anyone else. Not mommy, not daddy, not boyfriend, not girlfriend, not best friend, not your followers. No, you. And if you feel like consuming all that crap on social media, yes, and it is crap 99% of the time, is screwing with your self-esteem, just remove it from your life. It's really not that hard. I basically got rid of all my notifications on my phone, and it's been like taking a breath of fresh air. I'm no longer distracted by what other people are doing and consumed by their perfect lives. My focus has completely shifted towards myself, towards my life, and towards me creating the best life that I possibly can for myself, because nobody else is going to do that for me. Looking at what other people out there are doing is like, again, it's a waste of your time and your energy. So do yourself a favor and just block that noise. So yeah, what others do in their lives has mostly no influence on what you do in yours. And sometimes it's a hard fact to accept, because we have romanticized attachments by watching all these movies and reading all this fiction where all these amazing coincidences and synchronicities constantly happen. But the reality is that nobody, and I mean nobody, can influence your life as much as you can yourself. Stop regretting the situations that maybe did not come true because somebody didn't do something for you, or interactions that didn't unfold the way that you expected them to. Move on and become the creator of your own destiny, of your own life. Be an individual. Start finding happiness in your passions, your hobbies. Start loving the time that you spend with yourself. Fall back in love with yourself and begin to believe that you are worth it. God, universe, source did not put you on this planet for you to feel shitty about yourself. You are on this planet living this human experience because you are here to shine. and to be your authentic self and to have the best experience that you can possibly have. Cheesy? Yep. Absolutely true? Hard yes. Had a bad breakup? Embrace the fact and understand that it is not indicative of your self-worth and move on. Your boss shouted at you at work? Well, just realize that they're also going through their own stressors and their own pressures, which makes them intense and angry. And just keep on working anyways. Your best friend hurt you for no reason? Well, think about why they would become so pathetic and just forgive them. And as I always say, forgiving someone is not about condoning their actions. It is about liberating yourself from all the negative feelings that come with holding grudges. And again, you are the creator of your own life. So it's time that you become your own champion. Do you see how when removing all these influences from your reality, your focus shifts to your own self? And with that, you have every chance in the universe to become anything and everything that you have ever dreamed of becoming. So instead of convincing others about how amazing and truly special that you are, convince yourself first. And you will see, as an extra added bonus, how everyone will start gravitating towards you. Become your own biggest hype person and watch your entire reality change and observe how little of a fuck you're going to start giving. Because now you're so grounded only in your own opinion of yourself, and this is the exact opinion that will magnetize all that you dream of, the life that you want for yourself. And you got this. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. I hope you found this information helpful. I mean, it was helpful for me to have all these realizations. So if you found some value in this, please comment below. Do not forget to subscribe because your support means the world to us. Thank you.